In 2016, a new Godzilla movie came out in Japan called Shin Godzilla. I will say up front that this movie was not made for kids. It has some dark stuff, but it also turns out there are a lot of reasons why teens particularly like it. First off, here's the basic plot of the movie. One day, a strange creature is found floating in Tokyo Bay. At first, it looks like a tadpole, and everybody just thinks, oh, weird. But then it starts growing at an incredible rate. And I mean like really quickly. Within days, it goes from this to this. People start to get scared. Scientists can't figure out what's happening. The government tries to cover it up, but everyone knows something's going on because, the city is being literally torn apart by this huge monster. So they bring in experts who determine that this thing is some kind of mutated lizard. They call it Godzilla. This is where the movie gets weird because after this point, Godzilla keeps on evolving. Here's a bunch of screenshots of it becoming more and more monstrous and gigantic over the course of the movie. There's a lot more than this, but I'm not going to show all of them because they might trigger people. Also, I'm probably going to make another video about this later, so if you want to see the rest of them, you'll have to stay tuned. Anyway, Godzilla starts attacking Tokyo and destroying everything. The only way they can think to stop it is to nuke it, which obviously makes Godzilla even angrier and stronger. Eventually, it grows to be hundreds of meters tall, breathes fire that can melt rock, and has even more mutations. Like, look at this one. That's crazy. The whole movie is about how the Japanese government doesn't know how to deal with this monster because it's constantly changing. And it becomes this metaphor for how people feel like they're stuck in a bureaucratic nightmare. Also, the ending of the movie is super bleak, which is not typical for Godzilla. If you want to hear me talk about it, you'll have to watch the video when it comes out. But basically, humanity loses. Why do teens love this? Well, there's two parts to it. First, body horror transformations are a big part of many teen interests. Think Cronenberg movies, the anime series Attack on Titan, the game Hell Let Loose, even the subgenre of magical girl anime that focuses on girls transforming into monsters. All these things are popular with teens, and Godzilla fits right in. The reason why this works so well is because it taps into the feeling of having no control over your body. Many teens feel like their bodies are betraying them. Puberty is a very difficult time, and many people have insecurities about their appearance. So seeing this creature go through constant horrifying mutations that it can't control speaks to those feelings. It's similar to the alien in Aliens, which is arguably one of the most iconic movie monsters of all time. But the second part of this is the satire. This isn't a kid's movie. The reason why this works so well is because it plays into the feeling of being trapped in a system that you don't understand. Things just sort of happen. This is the kind of thing that would normally turn adults away, but teens are drawn to it. It's like watching Squid Game, which is another piece of media that became a cultural phenomenon among young people. Remember, there's nothing wrong with enjoying sad, scary, or depressing things. It's a common misconception that young people can't handle mature themes. In fact, some of the best pieces of art for young people deal with heavy topics and help them process the world around them. Shin Godzilla is a great example of this. The movie itself is about helplessness and despair, but it also shows how important it is to keep trying even when things seem hopeless. Godzilla could have just been another big monster movie, but instead it became something deeper, something that has resonated with young people all over the world. Godzilla has been around since 1954, but this version of the character feels different. He's less of a hero and more of a force of nature, something that can't be controlled or understood, but must be respected. The movie's ending is bleak, but it's also hopeful. Despite the destruction and death, life goes on. The sun rises and people carry on with their lives even if it's hard. I think that's something we can all relate to. I made this video because I've seen a lot of comments saying that kids shouldn't be allowed to watch this movie. I disagree. Kids are allowed to like whatever they want. If a kid likes Shin Godzilla, then good for them. If you're a parent and you don't want your kid to watch this movie, then don't force them to not watch it. And don't tell them that it's stupid or immature either. Just let them be. I also want to say that I don't think this movie is scary. It's meant to be scary, but I've watched it several times and it's not really scary. Some of the images might be startling, but it's not really scary. I think this movie is more about the themes than the scares. Now, if you want to watch this movie, I recommend watching the Japanese version. The American version is fine, but the Japanese version is better in my opinion. It's funnier and it's more faithful to the original story. I also recommend reading the novel that the movie is based on. It's a quick read and it's really interesting. This video is my opinion. You can agree or disagree, whatever. I just wanted to put this out there because I've seen a lot of talk about this movie online. I thought it would be fun to make a video about it. So here it is. You've been watching Monster Mayhem Media, where stories meet imagination. Don't forget to subscribe for more cinematic insights.